Good morning. This is JHS Weekly. I'm Mariah Vasquez.
And I'm Michael Carney. Come support the 2018 Winter Guard team at McAllister's Deli on Tuesday, January 16th from 5 to 9 p.m. When you order, make sure you mention you're supporting the Winter Guard.
It's not too late, but time is running out to order your 2018 yearbook. Base price is now $60 and $65 if you want your name stamped on the front. No order form is necessary. Just bring your cash or check to Mrs. Worsler in C103 or Miss Crane B116.
Are you having trouble with your New Year's resolution? Here's Jessica Finnegan with more.
A New Year's resolution is a promise that you make to yourself to start doing something good or to stop doing something bad on the first day of the year. Notoriously, people don't always follow through with them. A survey from Huffington Post says only 8% of people successfully stick to their resolution.
Last year I didn't really have a New Year's resolution exactly.
I didn't really follow through with last year's resolution because it was to stop drinking pop and I failed miserably.
Some common New Year's resolutions people make are to lose weight, to not waste money, or to even become a better versions of themselves.
My New Year's resolution for this year is to get even cooler socks because I really enjoy fun socks because I feel like I'm a fun person, so I want to express it through my socks.
The New Year's resolution for this year would be to, in golf, win state, or at least go to state. Second place would be good too, but obviously I want to get first.
Trying to stick to a New Year's resolution can be difficult, so make your resolution simple. Some suggestions would be drinking more water, taking breaks from social media, breaking bad habits, trying new things, and reading more books.
To follow through with this New Year's resolution, I will go to cool sock stores and purchase fun socks.
My plan would be to practice 3 to 4 days a week, going out to Twin Hills, probably with the team as well. I think the best way to do it would be, practice on the driving range for a couple hours and practice putting and chipping for 30 to 45 minutes, and then it's good.
New Year's resolutions don't have to be hard. Good luck following your simple New Year resolution. I'm Jessica Finnegan with Jet HD.
What's your New Year's resolution?
I'm going to try to grow my beard back.
Sounds like a good one. Thanks, Jessica.
This Saturday, come watch 30 robots compete against each other to see who's the best. Joplin High School is hosting the 5th annual VEX 4-state shootout tournament. Doors open at 8 a.m. and competition begins at 9:30. Stop by if you get a chance.
Joplin Avenue Coffee held a Hope and Healing community meeting to promote healing, prevention, and support. Here's Laurel Singh with more.
Yesterday evening, there was a community meeting called Hope and Healing. This event was hosted by Christine Wallenweber, LCESW, Gail Robinson, MS, and LPC. This event was open to family, friends, school personnel, therapists, and all those touched by recent tragedies. It was held at Joplin Coffee Company from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., they invited school personnel, area therapists, and anyone in a helping field to discuss openly about issues and work on awareness and prevention strategies. From 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., they invited families who have been affected by recent events to be able to share their thoughts and needs. At 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., anyone that wanted to talk about solutions or remembrance was more than welcome to be heard.
This is an outreach. It is a community outreach, and right now we're gathering information from area professionals so that we'll have a more comprehensive list of where to go to get help. But a starting place would be a phone number at our office, and we from there can make referrals out, and it's 417-850-4555. And from there, we realize that this is a huge problem and it spans a lot of different areas. So it's not going to be a referral just to Southern Light Counseling. We're just kind of heading up the conversation to get it started. There were multiple professionals here tonight from many different areas. So we will be having that list, and if someone calls our office, we'll at least get that list to them to choose from so they can reach out for help. We realize that this is a huge problem and we have got to address it, because I kind of feel like we've reached out and we've gotten a hold of a hand of somebody who's slipping out a window. We can't let go. We have got to reach out to these kids and see what the problem is and how we can address it.
They are hoping to have more of these meetings in the near future. If you feel like you need to talk to anyone anytime sooner, the guidance counselor's offices are always there for you. Whether it be good or bad or just for advice, they will help you to the best of their abilities.
Students are always welcome to come down to the counseling center to see their counselor, and we always have a counselor available. If their counselor's not available, they can talk with any counselor who happens to be available. We have clipboards that are outside of our office, and students may sign up on that clipboard, and then we will send a pass for them to come down and see us. Students sometimes will email us as well, and email is great because it can expedite things, but it's not as personal, it's not that face-to-face. So I always like to try to see my students so that I can have that face-to-face personal contact with them. But if a student wants us to come up to their classroom, that's something we can do as well. If they would prefer that we come up and meet them in their classroom and then go find a place to talk, that's something that we can do. If a student says, hey, can you come sit with, have lunch with me or meet me in the cafeteria, we'll do that as well. Sometimes it's a misconception students have that we're busy, we're too busy to see them. Sure, we're busy, just like everybody in the school. Everyone is busy, but we are never, ever too busy to see our students. And we want, as counselors, want our students to know that we are here for them, to come down and talk to us if they're feeling sad, if they're feeling happy, if they're concerned about a classmate. Come let us know. And that's what we're here for. We're here for our students.
This has been Laurel Singh with JHD.
Thanks, Laurel.
Key Club is hosting our annual Pennies for Patients campaign to benefit Leukemia and Lymphoma Society during the month of January. You will see canisters in your transitions classes where you can put spare change, paper money, and checks to support a great cause. Each transitions grade level will compete against each other for a prize of Hertz donuts. Be sweet and get a treat.
The basketball homecoming will be held on January 26th after the home game versus Rolla.
Students, be sure you're checking your emails daily to stay updated on upcoming events.
The boys varsity basketball team has been playing exceptionally well. If you're like me, you're interested in sports, yet you don't know much about how our Joplin High School basketball team has been doing this season. To learn more about how our players have been performing, I sat down with head coach Jeff Hafer to learn more.
So far this season, to sum up our basketball season, we're 9-1 currently. We just suffered our first loss in the championship of our Kaminsky Classic, but it's been an outstanding season so far. We've had a great start to the first quarter of our season, really. Really proud of our kids. We put a lot of work in the off season, and it's shown early this year for us. We've had a great start to the season. The difference between this team and the teams we've had in the past is a couple of things. One is we have some excellent senior leadership. We have 6 seniors this year, and we've had all of these guys have been in our program for at least 2 years or more, most of them for 4 years. So we've got great seniors coupled with some good underclassmen.
Coach Hafer went on to talk about the senior leaders who stand out, saying players like Austin Higdon and Grant Guillory have stepped into those positions very well for the varsity team. He went on to talk about the accomplishments of the team, including dunk contests, buzzer beaters, and much more.
We've only had a few home games to this date, but we won 2 incredibly difficult games against good opponents in our Kaminsky Classic. We had a hard-fought battle against William Christman where we won in the last 20 seconds of the game. We played St. Louis Christian Academy, which is probably one of the more talented and athletic teams we'd faced up to this point, and beat them in double overtime at home. And that's really exciting for our program and for our kids.
The Joplin Eagles basketball team has had a lot of success, and I encourage anyone to start getting involved.
There are a couple of ways to find out where you can find out when our games are. Game times can be found at joplinathletics.org on our boys basketball page. You can follow us on Twitter at JHS at Eagle Hoops, and also on Facebook we have Joplin High School Boys Basketball, where you can follow us for all the latest info on games, win home games, if there are any changes, things like that.
Wow, looks like the team's off to a great start.
Yeah, can't wait to see how the season ends.
This has been JHS Weekly. Have a great week.